Hello Curious! The long-awaited moment by fans of the movie Top Gun is here as the sequel, titled Maverick, has finally arrived. This is the movie that fans have been waiting for such a long time, and finally, after 36 years, the wait is over. To many, the film is a cinema classic that they love returning to, but why exactly is that? Why had this movie become such a lovable classic? Of course, when speaking of it, you can't help but talk about its main star, Tom Cruise, who over the years has faced quite a bit of criticism. Why have some accused the actor of risking his life for his movies but not for his daughter? What is their relationship like? And of course, putting the rumours about Suri aside, many also can't help but comment on the way that Cruise looks, especially at the age of 59, when many state that he does not look his age. And was that one of the reasons that he was back in the sequel and not his former co-stars Kelly McGillis and Meg Ryan? Stay with us until the very end to find out all the latest news, but before we continue, make sure to hit the bell and subscription buttons to stay up to date with the hottest news. And if you want to support our work further, be sure to give us a super thanks. Top Gun seems to be one of the movies that even if you haven't watched it, chances are that you have heard of it or maybe even seen clips or images from it. And that is no surprise given just how much of a success it was. Upon its release on the May 16, 1986 weekend, the film grossed $8.1 million, which would be about $20.8 million when adjusted for inflation. Domestically, it would go on to earn $176.8 million, which would be somewhere around $450 million in today's money. And it is all worth noting that this is just from the cinema release alone. It was also not entirely a work of fiction, as it was inspired by an article in California magazine which talked about the day-to-day life of an US naval air station in Miramar in San Diego. Many had claimed throughout the years that Top Gun is an essential piece of American cinematic history, and one that has made Tom Cruise a bona fide action movie star. But why is this movie about the Navy so loved by everyone? Of course, each person will have a totally different reason as to why they like something, but there are a few things about this production that can be pointed out. One of the biggest aspects of the movie, without a doubt, is the fighter jets that are flown by the characters, and besides Cruise, Anthony Edwards, Kelly McGillis, Tim Robbins, and Val Kilmer, in a way they are also the real stars of the flick. Back in 1986, CGI was not as advanced as it is now, or used much outside of sci-fi productions, so the air battles that we see in the movie all had to be shot in real time in a naval air station in Nevada. This is also something that Tom had assured fans of the sequel to the film that the scenes would be filmed in the same manner. Those action scenes were so iconic that they fueled a boom in military enlistment in the later half of 1986. With the Navy setting up recruiting tables outside of cineplexes to catch people coming out of showings of the film. The strategy paid off, and the Navy saw a 500% increase in enlistments in the late 1986. When it comes to those who had a taste for good-looking men, this was also something that the movie provided. And one scene in particular that many mentioned in this regard is the volleyball scene. Over the years, people had joked that besides the action-packed scenes, this infamous moment in the movie has probably been one that has been replayed the most. But there are other aspects that appeal to many, such as the friendship between Maverick and Goose, and the on-screen romance between Cruise and Kelly McGillis, as well as the soundtrack which many fans claim was perfectly chosen. But to add to all this, the movie is also a celebration of American patriotism. Overall, the film is an 80s classic combining star power, sex appeal, action, music, machismo and militarism into a uniquely American package quite unlike anything else. With the release of the sequel, many fans are expecting the same thing, if not more. And many are eager to see some of the old cast returning back to the big screen. For many, besides Tom, the actor they look forward to seeing the most is none other than Val Kilmer. Due to the actor's health following his throat cancer, his appearance in the movie was under one big question mark, but now it has been confirmed and fans are more than eager to see him on the big screen once again. And all this excitement does translate into numbers, as Maverick is projected to gross between $85 to $100 million in its opening weekend alone. Now, if you want to know more about Kilmer and what he has been doing for the past several years, and especially his AI voice, you can check out our previous video by clicking on the link above. But for now, stay with us until the very end. Of course, without a doubt, the biggest star of the movie and one that fans are eager to see returning to the role is Tom Cruise. As many fans of the actor will know, Top Gun is the movie that was the Mission Impossible star breakthrough role, which has allowed him to make a name for himself since then. So of course, it was a big moment for him back in the 80s. However, there was another reason for that as well. During the press tour for the latest movie, the actor revealed that all he ever wanted in life was to be a pilot or an actor. So, Top Gun was a huge moment in so many respects, including my passion for aviation. It was life-changing for me. And given that this was a dream of his, it might not surprise some of you to hear that the actor has a pilot's license, though he did not obtain it while working on the first movie, but several years later in 1994. With his license, the actor can also pilot helicopters, which viewers could witness in Mission Impossible. Now, given that it has been 36 years since the film had come out, many can't help but comment on the way Cruise looks. Though it's not only now. Over the years, many people had commented that the actor, who is now 59, looks young for his age. But what exactly is his secret to achieving that look? Well, here we just don't know exactly. The Jerry Maguire star has always maintained a strict level of privacy when it comes to his ageless appearance. He has never discussed plastic surgery or gone into great detail about his diet and exercise routine. Of course, many people had commented that it surely is some form of cosmetic enhancement, but until the actor or someone close to him publicly confirms the news, those will just remain speculations. But when it comes to the youthful appearance, some internet users had suggested that it might be the reason that former cast members Meg Ryan and Kelly McGillis had not come back for the Top Gun sequel. Ryan was just 25 years old when she played Carol Bradshaw, Goose's wife. After Top Gun, the now 6-year-old went on to become a queen of rom-coms during the 90s, starring in When Harry Met Sally and Sleepless in Seattle. Though with time and criticism she received for other roles, the actress had felt burnt out and admitted that becoming an actress was never a lifelong dream of hers. Her acting career had slowed down, and her last acting gig was in the 2018 TV series Picture Paris. Meg had also faced a lot of backlash for her cosmetic enhancements, which many had claimed made her look unrecognizable as the star they knew before. As for McGillis, the actress herself had joked in a 2019 interview that the reason she would never be asked to reprise her role was that she was old and fat. However, she did add that she looks age appropriate for her age and feels comfortable in her own skin. So while some internet users had claimed that while Cruise looks pretty similar to how he did in the first movie and still looks relatively young, it would have made sense to bring him back. That, of course, had created some criticism with regards to ageism and criticism of women and their bodies changing with age or due to surgeries. And while that created debates among fans, the real reason had nothing to do with looks. The new director, Joseph Kosinski, who replaced original director Tony Scott after he ended his life in 2012, had stated that it was not the direction they wanted to go with the movie. In an interview with Insider, he said, "Those weren't stories that we were throwing around. I didn't want every storyline to always be looking backwards. It was important to introduce some new characters." Though speaking of criticism and Tom Cruise, there have been plenty of other reasons that the actor has come under fire. As we all know, he does his own stunts, and no matter how dangerous or straining, the risky business star is adamant on being the one to do them. While accidents do happen, according to media reports, the most the star got hurt was breaking his ankle on the set of Mission Impossible 6. And this is where the criticism comes in, but not for his stunt work per se, but more for the fact that he is willing to risk his life for a film, doing all these dangerous feats, and yet does not see his daughter. When Suri was first born, as per media reports, the actor was very ecstatic about becoming a father. However, as the years have gone by, he was seen less and less of his daughter, which prompted fans to raise a few eyebrows. This seemingly good father-daughter relationship had come to an end in 2012 when Katie Holmes filed for divorce from the actor, and as it turned out, one of the reasons for that was to protect the young girl from Scientology, a religion which Tom Cruise is a part of. Since then, the Mummy actor has admitted that his daughter is no longer a practicing member of the religion, and many media outlets have suggested that she is not deemed a suppressive person in the eyes of that church, which could mean that she has been cut off from those who are still active. And that is what many believe has happened, as in the past there had been moments, such as in 2016 when InStyle reported that the actor did not see or exchange words of Suri in over 2.5 years. Further to add to this, news outlets often pointed out that he was never in attendance for some of the important days in her life, such as Suri's birthday. This has gained the actor some criticism from internet users that while he's busy travelling the world and meeting with royalty, such as at the Top Gun Maverick London premiere where he met with Prince William and Kate Middleton, the star does not have any time for his own daughter. Though sources close to the Jack Reacher star had revealed that while he's not always there in person, he always takes the time to either send his 16-year-old daughter a gift or give her a call. Now, if you want to know about the father-daughter relationship in more detail, then be sure to check out our previous video by clicking on the link above. So curious, what are your thoughts? Do you think that Tom Cruise forgets about his daughter, as some internet users suggest? In your opinion, is the change in their appearance secretly the real reason Meg Ryan and Kelly McGillis have not been invited back for the sequel? Are you excited about the Top Gun Maverick? And who is your favorite character from the movie? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below, and as always, don't forget to like, share and subscribe, and if you enjoyed our content, then you can support us further by giving us a super thanks. Until next time.